Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. We are Little Fluff Nuggets, formerly known as Forever Companions. I have here Kizmet. He's really well behaved. He's actually pretty quiet. I was a little nervous about getting a green cheek conure because I know their speaking ability isn't that great. He actually speaks pretty well. You still kind of have to know what he's saying to understand it, but he can say quite a few phrases and he's picked them up really quickly. So he can say Kizmet, his name. He can say hello, what you doing, hi baby, and pretty bird. I'm trying to teach him I love you. I also kind of want to teach him like a couple funny phrases maybe, but I'm not sure if he'll catch on to them. I'm not sure how many phrases he's able to learn, but we're gonna find out. I purchased him in September of 2022. It's now August 2023, so almost gonna be a year. I'd actually purchased him in the month that my previous bird was hatched, and Kizmet's hatch day is the same month that Kramer's passing anniversary was. I find that kind of neat. I didn't do that like intentionally or anything. Anyway, so today is not really like an update thing about him or anything like that. I actually would love to show you guys his cage. So let's get to it. So as you can see, I have a large cage for him. It's a flght cage. Now, this cage you can buy on Amazon. It's fairly inexpensive. I think I bought this one for like $100. This was Kramer's cage, and I wasn't actually able to take it down and put it away after he passed away. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But these cages end up being a lot cheaper than your typical parrot cage, and they give them more space. As long as you really don't care about having a whole jungle gym at the top and having it look super fancy, this cage is perfectly fine. I divided the middle of the cage right here, originally because I was housing a foster rabbit and I didn't have anywhere to keep it. So I ended up converting the bottom of the cage into a cage for the rabbit. And basically I have these NIC grids. Let's see, we can open this. So NIC grids, they're just these 14 by 14 grids. They're zip tied in the middle, and then it was kind of difficult. So I got coroplast. This white stuff right here is coroplast. And I cut it to the perfect size, taped the sides, like the corners and whatever, to kind of make that box. It's held up very well for several years. Kramer had this on his cage, and Kramer had actually passed away about 7.5 years ago. So I had to put the coroplast part in first, and then start doing the zip ties. The coroplast piece I had to fit like down below here. But yeah, so it's worked out really well. I get tired of cleaning those grids that go on the bottom of bird cages because the poop kind of just gets caked on. So I don't have one on the bottom of this cage. I just have this litter. The litter I'm using is Fresh News litter, and it's a paper bedding. Somebody just didn't need it anymore and thought that maybe I could use it, so for now I'm going to be using this. I may look for something else, but if I end up really liking the way that this works, I'm going to keep getting it. So far, so good. Anyway, so the bottom of the cage is lined with the Fresh News that I just showed you, and originally I divided the cage just because Kramer wasn't using the bottom half of his cage, so I felt like it was wasted space. And then of course I had the foster bunny at the time. Now I kind of use it as a little bit extra storage. I just hadn't known where to put this stuff yet. I have limited space on where I can put things because I have rabbits in my room, and if I put it anywhere on the ground, they're gonna start chewing all of this stuff. So at the moment it's storage until I can find somewhere else to put it, and then I may open up the entire cage again and allow Kizmet to have the entire thing. But it's pretty wide. I don't know the exact dimensions. He has a food bowl right here, and originally I was actually using this bowl as water. This bowl was left by a customer at my store as well, and it just kind of kept sitting there, and I felt like, well, if we aren't going to use it, I may as well take it. It's been perfect. I've been trying to find a bowl exactly like this so that I can have one for water and one for food, but it's seeming pretty difficult to find the exact same size. This one only holds, I think, like 3 ounces. I'm not using it as water at the moment because I bought this little bathtub and I'm trying to encourage him to use it. He's been using it pretty well. It does actually have a motor inside there, and this little sprayer will spray, but he's kind of scared of the sprayer at the moment. He'll go and use it right now, but if I turn it on, he's terrified and won't do it. So right now there's just this little bath, so that's his only source of water, just to encourage him to go and use it and show him that it's not anything dangerous. It's not gonna kill him or anything, you know. And then I have a little foot toy for him in the back right there. It's actually a rabbit toy, but it's just made out of natural wood wicker. So then he has this rope that goes all the way across. That's kind of a main perch. And then a similar twisted one right here. And he actually seems to like that one quite a bit as well. This one is to hold millet seed, and it has 2 little bells on here. They're not very loud. This one is one of Kramer's old toys. Kramer ended up keeping a lot of his toys intact because he wasn't really that into toys. So I was able to use them for Kizmet. I really didn't have to buy much for Kizmet once I got him. This one is new. This one I got for Kizmet on his 1-year birthday. And the one in the back with the bells, that was also Kramer's. These are little calcium blocks, and he can chew those. This is a lovely wooden perch. I forget what kind of wood, but we bought that at our first bird show we went to. This one was also Kramer's. It says Pretty Bird on here, and it's kind of a crinkly little thing. I'm not sure that he really plays with this one too much, but I may be rotating his toys out pretty soon because I think he's getting a little bit bored of these ones. Then there's another rope perch right here. This red thing, I actually need to move that because originally I had his cage in a different position where it's like a little basketball hoop, and I used to just have it on the outside of his cage so that he could play with it while he was out of his cage. But I kind of forgot to move it once I changed his cage. This thing here, it's not plugged in right now since it's summer. It is like a little heater. I use it for, of course, the winter, so he can kind of snuggle right up to it. Since I keep hearing things about the huts and stuff are not very good for them, as they can like chew at it and create, I guess, ingest a lot of the fibers in the huts. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it from his cage tour. If you're wondering why it's so small up here, that's actually my bed. So I have a loft bed, and I'm not going to show you the entire thing, but yeah, I have a loft bed, and originally I had the loft bed made so that I could give my rabbits more space in my room. He just has one more perch right out here. This was originally something I made because I basically built a large kennel under my bed when we had a litter of kittens. But I took it down and left this piece since Kizmet kind of likes to perch on top of here. I threw the rest of the panels for the kennel away. Anyway, so then this black curtain here, I just put that up because if I leave it open, the other side can lead to my bed, and he'll climb up there and he starts chewing on my headphones and messing them up and everything. So that blanket actually covers him at night. Whoops, sorry buddy. It's clipped at the top in the back there, and then at night I will just unhook it from up here, wrap it around, and clothespin up top on that side. That's pretty much his cage. The only other things I can show you is just obviously the storage down here. And then this I have over here, it just unlatches right there. And then I have a little bit of storage under here. Nothing too fancy. There's some Vita drops that I haven't opened because I just wanted to see if they are actually beneficial or not. I don't want to give him something that's completely unnecessary, and I just keep kind of forgetting to look it up. These here are papaya, dried papaya treats. I've got sunflower seeds for his treats. This is, I kind of forgot exactly. I believe it might be like ground up hemp seed or something like that. He loves it though, but it was given to me by his sitter. And she just mixes it in with his food, because he gets Bird Street Bistro as well as Harrison's. So the food that is in his bowl right there is Harrison's pellet food. I give him the fine one, the super fine, because it's really, really tiny. They make so many crumbs, and it's just easier to give him the small ones. I feel like it's less crumbs, and he actually gets to eat more of it. But anyway, for his Bird Street Bistro, she mixes this in. I'm gonna have to try to ask her again what that stuff was, because eventually I'm gonna run out of it. I have this just in case. I've never really actually used it. I think I tried to see if he likes it at all, and he didn't. So I may end up just tossing it out or something. These treats here, I realized that they're not really that good. They were from my store, and my store was just discontinuing them. They didn't care to really actually sell them, so I was like, well, I may as well take them. They would just be occasional treats for him. I don't give him very many seeds at all, but that's kind of just the basic things under there. And then this is a kind of a carrier for a stroller that I have for the rabbits, and that's just how I store it. That's pretty much it. Down below I just have a tile right there. There is also a plastic mat on my floor to protect the carpet. Eventually I'm going to be getting hard flooring in here, and that'll be much easier to keep clean and not have to have a tile and all this other stuff. He's getting a little restless now. He'd like to get out of the room and maybe go explore. He goes with me quite often, almost anywhere that I can take a pet. That's really all I have to show you guys. Excuse you. I think he also hears my nephew in the living room going kind of crazy. Kizmet has so many shorts that I've uploaded of him. He talks, he says quite a few phrases. It's not very clear, but whenever I post a video of him talking, I will make sure that I kind of put like a little caption in there of what he is actually saying, just so you guys can understand and everything like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna try and keep these videos up. I know I keep saying that in my old videos and stuff, but I feel like I've been doing a little bit better. Yeah, I don't have a specific schedule for uploading videos or anything like that, but if you guys would also please follow us on Instagram at Lil Fluff Nuggets. That's L-I-L Fluff Nuggets, and leave a comment of maybe some other videos of him that you would like to see. Thank you. Bye-bye.